Chemical Reactions Unit, Lesson 1.3, Analyzing Substances and Properties. Activity 4, Evaluating Evidence. Students, launch the Chemical Reaction Sorting Tool activity, Evaluating Evidence, using the link in the instructions on your student screen. On the sorting tool, the strongest evidence goes in the top row, the darkest area. This row is for very detailed observations. Less strong is placed lower down in either the middle or the bottom row. These rows are for less detailed observations. Evidence of equal strength can be placed in the same row. More than one evidence card can be placed in each row. Students, complete the sorting tool. Discussion questions. How is the evidence on each card different? Which piece of evidence would be most useful to a chemist? Where do you think we should place this card and why? Key concept. Different substances have different properties. Chemists often use properties to tell different substances apart. Each substance has its own unique set of properties, so if a chemist observes that two samples have different properties, that is strong evidence that the two samples are different substances. Although every substance has its own unique set of properties, scientists are not always able to observe all of the properties of a substance. Although you were able to observe the color and texture of their samples, you were not able to observe many other properties, such as the melting and boiling point of each sample. Some substances have many properties that are similar and only have a few that make them different. It can be difficult for scientists to tell these very similar substances apart based on their properties. When two substances look very different from each other, it is easy for scientists to use their properties to tell them apart. In some cases, however, different substances can have many of the same properties. Unless you know exactly which properties to investigate, these substances are very hard to tell apart based on their properties alone. In Lesson 1.4, you will investigate why different substances have different properties and how this information can help scientists distinguish between seemingly identical substances. End of activity.